Hello, this is Peter Riley here with a short recording on CW2 poster. So I'm going to share my screen right away and let's have a look. I'll try and pull up what I want. So I'm starting with a blank template. This is what you're going to get. So that those of you who are not too familiar with PowerPoint, you'll be able to use this. It's a very simple structure. And you're going to end up with something a little bit like this. So let's have a very quick look at the kind of thing which you're aiming to produce. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to do that. First of all, let's quickly situate the CW2 in your academic year, in your course, AES. You will by now have been working on and probably completely finished your CW1, your source report, and you'll be looking to write, or perhaps already be starting to write your extended essay, your CW3. So in between those two is the CW2, where you're going to present your work to your classmates in the form of a poster. That's to say, you're going to talk, but as a support to talking and explaining what you're doing, you're going to be using the poster. You don't get marks for the poster itself, but the poster is a very useful support for you in your presentation, in presenting your ideas. Presenting your ideas is an assessed speaking exercise, but it's also a step towards helping you to further develop your thoughts and your research for your extended essay. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things very quickly, just to make sure that you know how to use this template. All right, first thing, if I right click on any of these squares, doesn't matter where I do it, I can do it here, for example, and go to the bottom of the menu, format shape. And then I can do things with this. For example, I can change the color. So if I decided for some strange reason I wanted to have a black square here, I could have one. I don't want a black square, no doubt, but I can have whatever color I would like. So that gives you an opportunity to vary the color scheme. If you put your cursor on these lines, you can move and change the size of the columns. You can make the columns bigger or smaller. Okay. Similarly, with the horizontal, you can also make these bigger or smaller. Okay, so that's two manipulations that you can perform with this template. What you're going to do, you can use text boxes for this, with insert text box, but what's nice about this arrangement is that you can directly type into these, because you're in a table, you can directly type into these boxes whatever it is that you want to do. So for example, if I want to have an introduction here, some reason it's coming out as a white thing here, and also it's I haven't put the caps lock on, so I'm going to go back to that. I need to move that. So you can see here, I'm using the color and the down arrow from the color to change the color. If I want to have it in a completely different color, I can do that. Anyhow, I wanted this in black, but I wanted capital letters, so I'm going to do that. Put the caps lock on. I've got it on now, and introduction. As you can see, it's to one side. If I want to center it, I can do that. And that's going to bring it to the center. And of course, if I happen to want to have it over on the right for some reason, and I click this one, and that takes it over to the right. But normally I'd expect to have it on the center. Now, how big is it? Well, at the moment, it's looking quite small, but that's because I've got a reduction down here at 60%. So if I just correct that at 100%, this is what it's going to look like. And that's on my screen. Of course, if I'm actually presenting it as a PowerPoint, it'll be still bigger than that. So if I want to check at any point how big the stuff I'm doing is, what it's going to look like, that's what I should do. Go down and just alter the bar, the zoom bar down here. All right, so notice that I've got Calibri, which is my font type, and then the size, font size 25. That just happens to be the default on this particular PowerPoint, but I don't necessarily want to stay with I don't have to have my introduction at this size. I can have it any size I like. If I want, I can put it up to, I don't know, 38 or something. I could have it 50 foot, so it'll look ridiculous, or I could have it smaller as well. So, you know, this is a matter of choice. Okay, so as well as my introduction, I'm going to have some text. I've got it's gone to 28 now. And I'm going to have this smaller. And also I'm going to bring it over to the left. So this is my introduction section. I couldn't spell either of those words, so now I have done. This is my introduction section. Okay, and I can put in text anywhere I like. Perhaps I'm going to have some analysis, for example. Maybe I'm going to come down here for a section on analysis. And modify it however I like. I've got the other one at 28, so perhaps I'd like to have this one at 28 as well. But, you know, all those details you can attend to yourselves. Okay. What goes where? Well, broadly speaking, I would expect that you would start at top left, which is obviously the way we read in Western cultures. So it's the way we work here in England. So I'm starting, that again has got small, if you see. Okay. And these two, I'm just matching them up because I had the top one in bold, so it's going to look strange if they don't match up. All right. Whoops, that is bold already. All right, so there they are. They're all the same size and they're all bold. Excuse me. So as I'm saying, in Western culture, we'll normally expect to read left to right and top to bottom. So other things being equal, I will have my introduction top left, and I will have my conclusion, the last thing you're looking at, will be bottom right. Or, you know, this is not an absolute fixture. I might decide, for example, the references, you can have them on the same page, or you can have them on a separate page. So you can make, whoops, I've got that completely wrong. So your references, you can have, as I was saying, on the same page somewhere, or you can have them on a second slide if you wish. So if you don't want to if you think it would mess your slide up, to have your references on your main slide, you can make a second slide, and so new slide here, for example, and that's where you'll put your references later on. All right. So what I don't think I'm going to take you through anything more here, because it's a lot easier to jump to. I know what I wanted to show you. Sorry, one more thing. You're going to be using images in some form or another. They may be in the form of pictures, they may be in the form of graphs or charts or whatever. And so I'm very quickly going to show you how to do that. Now, suppose, for example, I want to have an image down here in this patch here. I go to, always the same thing, I go to insert, and then down here I can see I've got picture, insert picture. And this will work whether I'm using this will work whether I'm using an actual picture, an image, or whether I'm using a graph or a chart or something like this. So what I'm trying to do here, as you can see, that this has turned out to be quite big, and I want to reduce it. And this will happen sometimes, but that's not a problem. Hopefully, I'm trying to find the corner so that I can grab it and reduce it. I'm not sure if it wants to accept that. No. Oh, there we are. All right. So as you can see, I've got this big thing, and I've needed to change the size of it in order to get it to fit into my, there we are. So I can have this, if I could spread it out a bit if I want, so shouldn't be a problem. And I've created a visual. We'll do one more. I'll have one over here. Or if I want a big one, I've got these big boxes in the middle if I want to have big ones. So we'll just have a look one more time what this will look like if we have an actual picture. Let's come over here, look. So I'm going to have it here, and this time it's the opposite. It's happened. It's come out quite small. So I'm just going to do the same thing, but in reverse. I'm going to take it by the corner, pull it, instead of reducing it, I'm going to increase the size of it. And there it is, it's stuck there. And I may want to use another box or somewhere nearby to explain what it is. Okay, it's a picture of warehouses for online retail. All right, so I'm now going to do what I thought I was going to do a minute ago, but I'm going to do it now, which is to say I'm going to go into something a bit more finished so that you can get a better idea of the look of a whole poster. It's not quite finished, but your poster should look something like this. All right, I want to draw your attention to one or two things, and I'm going to show you later a video which will again say very similar things. Okay. Notice I don't have lots and lots of text. So very important, don't make this into a kind of essay on the screen. It's not supposed to be that. What I have got is some bullet points here, and I've just written some notes. So this is not beautiful grammatical English. It's just quick notes, which I will use if I want to talk about this stuff. I will use this to remind myself what I want to say. And it happens also that I've mentioned references. That's not entirely necessary because I'm going to have my references at the bottom in the reference section. But, you know, I can put them there if I want to. But don't start writing lots of beautiful essay English. This is not for that. This is just to very briefly summarize the points that you're making. Okay. Now, as well as my regular text and headings inside my various boxes and my pictures and graphs and so forth in other parts in other places on my poster, somewhere I've got to put the title, and that of course should be in big clear letters. In this case, I haven't got it right at the top in the middle, but you can have it there if that's where you want it. But make sure that it stands out. Right. I'm going to stop sharing this now. That's a poster. That's the kind of thing that you're going to be trying to do. Not just trying, but you're going to be achieving, I'm sure. And I'd like to mention one or two things. Go back again. I'm sharing stop sharing the screen, and I want to share the screen. So instead of, I should have closed that, which I'm going to try and do. Yes, okay, that's better. All right. So the next place I'll go is this PowerPoint. It's called, let's just see if I can show the image that, there we are, look. So it looks like this when you come into YouTube. This is on YouTube, and I'll make sure that you've got access to the URL, to the web address for this poster. Okay. If I quickly now, I'm trying to see if I can record this, and I'm not being very successful. What's the problem? Okay. So let's just play this for a moment, open it up.
Only use 3 to 5.
And we'll have a quick look what it sounds like, what it looks like. I'll not start right at the beginning.
Can make the difference between a lackluster showing and a standout appearance. Here, we'll go over some things to consider when making a research poster, from content and organization to increasing visual appeal. The #1 mistake of scientific posters is to pack in too much information. Even the most interested visitors to your poster are not prepared to stand for half an hour and read the entire thing, so make it easy for them to get the gist. You don't need to include all the information you would in a manuscript, and you don't need to use full sentences. Use bullet points. Justifying your text on the left side can help make it easier to read. And as always...
Okay, I'm going to jump forward again. Just giving you a little sample
of white or negative space. If you fill every inch, your poster will look cluttered and be hard for viewers to take in. In fact, as much as 40% of your poster should be blank. Okay, so that's just a little sample of what you can expect if you have a look at this video.
Okay. I'm going to show you just one or two more things now before we finish. Those of you who've been using the 5 business questions, I've spent some time on the internet finding 2 things for you. First, finding a source for each topic, a source as simple as I can, an acceptable academic source, but something which is not complicated and which is not highly detailed. Let's say it's a kind of general introduction, so far as that's been possible to find that. And the second thing is I've found a short video each time to give you again some kind of introduction to the topic. So if you are doing one of these 5 business topics, just make quite sure that you can see them there. Okay, there they are. If you're doing one of these 5, then do have a look at these. You're going to use 5 topics in any, you're going to use 5 references, or should I say, I think 6 references altogether. So you've already been given one. These you may use, but certainly have a look at them. Whether or not you decide to put them in your reference list, have a look at them, because they'll help you, you know, with your topic, with the topic. Okay. And you can use all these towards building your PowerPoint. Okay. And the last thing I want to refer to quickly, sorry, it looks as if I haven't got it. Okay, I was going to mention the mark scheme, but we'll deal with that separately. Okay, so that's the end of this short video, and I'm going to stop the recording and end there.